Area of Activity 1, Design and Planning Learning Activities and Programmes of Studies. This area of activity refers to all your professional educational activities that you might be preparing for engagement with learners. This could be design or redesign of the curricula, courses and programmes of study. Identify and planning the kinds of interactions with learners in various contexts. It could be a single session or it could be within a larger programme. It could also relate to participation in validation panels and your contribution to the creation of learning resource packs, computer-based or open learning materials, and the development of the virtual learning environment. Area of Activity 1 requires you and expects you to include certain elements of core knowledge, and that's covered in part 2. But for this example, design and planning, K1 subject material, K2 appropriate methods for learning and teaching, and K3 use of learning technology would be appropriate to include in your description and reflection on how you have gone about design and planning a learning activity. But there are also professional values. Now, these don't relate specifically to the professional values expressed in the UK professional standards, but what you would be expected to consider is the Quality Assurance Agency benchmarks and code of practice, the learning outcomes, and this relates to the level of study. When you're design and planning, there may be professional body influence in what the course content requires, how you are going to assess the material, how you're going to assess the students. Another part of the professional values would be the mode of delivery. How inclusive is the mode of delivery? It could be distance learning to ensure that all students can access the materials. It could also be a blended environment or specifically a face-to-face environment. Also within the professional values, consider the cohorts of students that you've got. Are they predominantly straight from school? Have you got a mix of mature students? Have you got a mix of international students or students who have come in with different qualifications? So at this point, think about how these might impact on the way you design your session, seminar, the programme, the whole module or course. It may well be different, make the difference between you making the session accessible and inclusive or excluding the majority of students. So take time to think about that. There are resources to support you in this, and you'll see that these are electronic links to a range of resources, and it includes the QAA Code of Practice.